Yeah, I was wanting to get some of that sweet non-ethanol, but that doesn't look like that's happening today. What the fuck? Oh, that's the thing from the gas pump. What the fuck is that? 93! Mmm, get some tasty num-nums. You like that premium? Yeah. We should get that non-ethanol, but that's okay. Nope, almost. There you go. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. A little bit. Just a little bit more. Okay, just a little bit more. A little bit. Little. Alright, that's it. Do I need a receipt? No, I do not want to remember paying frickin' $5.20 for frickin' gasoline. Hey everybody, how's things going? It is a lovely Saturday morning. It's probably about 80 degrees here in central North Carolina, and we are going to go see what we can do about hitting up the grocery store before it starts getting too hot. Of course, it is May. Yesterday, I think it was 100. It was definitely upper 90s if it wasn't 100. And holy crap, man, we're doing this now instead of later. Also, we have the benefit of there's not a whole lot of traffic going on, you know, Saturday mornings. So I figured what I would do is hopefully the wind noise in the helmet's not too bad. I got all the vents open. I got my freaking mesh jacket on, and that is saving me right now, I guess you could say, because it's still a little toasty. But I figured what I would do is I'd talk a little bit about my riding experience, because I am new. I took my MSF actually 1 year ago today is actually when I took the MSF for the second time. Now, the reason I say the second time is I actually took it way back when, gosh, 06, 07, somewhere in there. Yeah, me and a friend took it together, and honestly, even if you didn't plan on getting a motorcycle, I encourage anyone out there to try it. Because it was just a fun weekend all around. So on the class, I was actually on a Honda Nighthawk 250cc standard motorcycle, which was a great bike. Of course, I didn't know any better because I hadn't ridden any other motorcycles. I mean, it's a nice bike. I mean, it did the job. It served its purpose. So here in North Carolina, because I passed the Motorcycle Safety Foundation course, you don't have to do the riding portion at the DMV to get your motorcycle endorsement. And then I started looking for bikes. And where I was living at the time, around the corner, there was a bike for sale. It was actually a Honda, it was a Nighthawk, a 450cc. And actually, a buddy of mine negotiated the deal for me. I think he was asking $1,000. My buddy got him down to $500. And this thing, I mean, it needed some work. It was an 85 pinhole. Actually, there was a pinhole leak at the rear of the gas tank. It would actually drip gasoline on the battery terminals. So we got this thing back to the house, and I don't even think I even went through the whole titling process. I didn't know what I was doing. I was in my early 20s. As far as I know, the guy signed the back and I was good. So I ended up cruising it around the neighborhood, dropped it a lot. Of course, it's a beginner motorcycle, so that's what you're supposed to do. Not to mention it was $500, so who cares? I remember it had a blue, I wish I had pictures of it, but I don't. It was blue and it had white flames painted on it. So I actually used an aircraft stripper because I wanted to change the color. So I took some aerosol aircraft part stripper and a freaking wire wheel and knocked all that blue off and painted it flat black. But I didn't do a really good job, so it had like a wood grain on the tank. It was kind of neat, but I mean, it was rattle canned and it was cheap. It was a $500 motorcycle. Who cares, right? I mean, does it really matter? The bike was to learn on. It was for me and my buddy to learn on, to wreck it, crash it, drop it, whatever, and it served its purpose. I rode it around the neighborhood a couple times. Never actually got it plated. I think I actually rode it on the street one time. So eventually it just ended up sitting there outside, getting rained on. It fell over at one point, and honestly, I didn't even bother picking it up, because at this point, I mean, it's a $500 motorcycle, who cares? I think someone was doing some home repairs in the area. He came by, saw the bike, and I think he ended up just giving him the title for it. It's like, man, get this thing away from me, because I was already getting, you know, from the trailer park I was living in. It was a trailer park at the time. So I kept getting letters about this motorcycle that I needed to do something with. So fast forward to last year, the March 2021, and the off-road group I was with, which I'm into Jeeps and off-road and all that stuff. Not so much anymore, because I'm just kind of, I'd rather ride the motorcycle. But they had mini bikes for campgrounds and whatnot, so they could cruise around. I was like, man, I want a mini bike. I want to get one too, and we could all ride around together. And I thought about it, and I was like, wait a minute. Any decent mini bike is, you know, a couple $100. So instead of getting a mini bike, why don't I just get a mega bike? So I started looking online at MSF courses, because, you know, I'd taken one like in 06, 07, whenever it was. You know, we're talking 14 years earlier. Yeah, because I think after completing the course, you have a year. Otherwise it's invalid and you got to do it again. Either do that again or do the riding portion at the DMV, whichever. So the closest one I could find that had an availability was about an hour and a half away, and it was 2 months out. It was in May. It was actually 1 year ago today we were out there on the course, and that's the third weekend in May 2021. That time I was actually on the Honda Rebel 300, which actually wasn't a bad bike. I mean, it felt really comfortable. The only thing I didn't like was the seat. That seat was awful. Of course, I was also on it for about 10 hours straight. So I got my endorsement shortly after that, and then picked up this as a 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750. Spurt bikers. I meant to be a little further to the left, but Toyota's been behind me for a while, so they see me. How you doing, Toyota? Thank you for the room. So I've been riding this bike for about a year, and I put maybe 1,600 miles on it, which isn't a lot. Maybe for some people it is, but I mean, other folks, I mean, that's like nothing. I didn't ride it anywhere near as much as I wanted to, and this year we're going to change that. It's like, if I got to go somewhere and it's nice, I'm taking the bike. It's got some decent saddlebags on it. It's like, actually, we're going to the grocery store now, so as long as you're not picking up a lot of stuff, it's like we're only after really like 4 items. And it may actually be turned in here, because I've never come this way to get to it. So that actually might be it. Actually, I think it is. Yeah, Forestville Crossing. Yep, because I came out this way before. Yeah, because I took the big road to get here last time. So that's kind of just a little bit of my riding experience. I am definitely still new. I still make new mistakes. I miss second. If you see me hitting the cancel turn signal button a lot, it's because I am scared to death of accidentally forgetting to cancel my turn signal and someone pulling out in front of me, thinking that, hey, this guy's going to turn, I can go ahead and go. That's just a little bit of my riding experience. I'm really liking this 750. I keep thinking, hey, maybe I should upgrade, but I'm not ready yet. I know I'm not ready yet. I'm mature enough to admit that. So, alright, appreciate you guys listening. Yeah, hey, if you thought I did a good job, just throw a comment or something down below. Just let me know. Say, hey, man, good job. If I suck, tell me I suck. Like it, share it, subscribe it, do whatever you want to do with it, man. Or don't. Hey, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.